Hey, welcome everybody. We're here with my dear friend Ming Chen and myself, Amy Chu. Ming, I'm hearing a weird sound. What is that? Is that you or me? Oh my gosh! Wow, you have that's not me, is it? You can talk in the chat. Anyway, while Ming figures out his sound, um, welcome to our special weekend show celebrating Asian Americans Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is a mouthful. We have a whole slate of guests ready to talk to. This will be super informal. You doing good, Ming? Yeah, you're doing, yeah. Anyway, and as you can tell, we're all in comics, not there's two of Ming. Okay,
Yes, there we go. Sorry
go.
about that. I have no idea why my sound just cut out on this other way.
Because that's what tech does, It's like
Yes.
that's disproving the trope of the Asian, nerd. No, that's not true. Anyway, so
I know, but you know what I did learn always from my dad, who's an engineer, and just from very experience, always have a backup. So I literally have a command center here. Always be prepared, right?
Always be prepared.
So,
Always be
yes.
prepared. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. So before we bring our guests on, I want to hear more about your cool trip.
Of course, we're all in the comics and pop culture industry, and and part of that is going to conventions, and unfortunately, the conventions were all wiped out last year, and so I didn't get to see any of my friends, and the parties and the meeting people and being amongst our people, and I really missed that, as I'm sure everybody did. But I think me and you especially, we were on the road so much that my kids were like, "What are you doing home?" So they had to get used to me being home.
What are you doing home?
Yeah, it was literally like, "What are you doing home?" I was like, "Well, I live here. This is my house." So this past weekend, I was in Pensacola, Florida, for a really, really great Comic-Con called Pensacon, celebrating their 8th year. One of the greatest ones out there, which next year we got to get you in. I'm making my life's mission to get you to Pensacon next year. And
I've never been, so
yeah,
let's do it.
and I mean, normally you wouldn't think of Pensacola as a hotbed of pop culture and Comic-Cons, but they normally get about 35,000 people to come out. So
that's significant. Wow.
Yeah. And the fact that they're able to pull everything together, they had to postpone it's usually in February, postponed to May. And the crowds came out, the guests came out, the people came out. It was safe. Nobody got sick. People wore masks, and I was sitting here a year ago going, this might never come back, and it saddened me greatly. And that's the only thing I wanted to do is walk around Artist Alley at a Comic-Con and talk to artists and see my friends. And now I'm fully confident everything's going to come back. So,
awesome.
So yeah, that was part one of the trip. And since I was only 3 hours from the great city of New Orleans, which we both know and love, I took a side trip over there as well. And they're slowly reopening over there as well.
So jealous. I am so jealous. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the last times I saw you, my friend, was in New Orleans at Big Easy Comic-Con.
That's right. Oh my God, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. Those were goodies too, right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of good friends and friends that we really missed during convention time, right? So we decided we would line up. I decided I would line up all the people I haven't seen in a long time.
Sure.
And I think this is kind of overdue, right? We should celebrate the people we know in comics, and especially for this month. This is the month of May, and we're lucky to catch the tail end of it. But all my friends of Asian American Pacific Islander heritage. So I thought we would bring on one of my oldest friends, I think, Ramon Gill.
Hey guys.
What's up, Ramon?
Hi, Amy.
Good to see you. So I've known you for how long? I mean,
Since A Magazine.
Since A Magazine, like what? Early 90s?
Early 90s.
Oh my God.
In fact, I recently posted a picture of some friends at a party, and the party was at your apartment with Pam.
What was that
Yeah.
on your Facebook feed? Okay, I gotta look that
On my
up.
Facebook feed. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I gotta
I'm
look
not sure you'll
that up.
recognize the background as your
It was
apartment.
on my apartment.
Yeah.
So we had this apartment in Hell's Kitchen that we used to throw like really cool parties. I thought they were really cool because my friend Pam worked at Sesame Street, so she would have like people.
I got her that interview.
Yeah. So Ramon. So tell us first of all a little bit about yourself, because I actually did not know that you actually had a certainly when we were connected, that was like when all your not so secret history came, but it just never occurred to me that you were in comics before. So talk about your journey for us.
Yeah, I was in comics back in the early 90s. I was working for Vortex Comics, doing NASCAR